This is Mark Roslин's new property.
Do you dance more?
Dance a big He's been working on this for, heck, better most of the last year and all this year, crazy. We have a brand new artist on this who he's already done with the zero issue, getting ready to start on issue number 1. I didn't want to give you too much of that, but we'll go through a little bit of it right here for Broken Pieces. You want to talk about the story a little bit, Raz?
Sure. Well, it's a monster's odyssey, but what's driving this monster is basically what the story's about. And I don't want to give away too much, but the
monster's odyssey.
Well, actually, answer a really important question before you start. Is it going to be better than Kara's Magic?
I believe it's the best thing we've ever made.
Wow, when Joe said next to that's a tough call to make, but alright.
It's years in the making. The story takes place about 20 years in the future. A big catastrophe happens off the coast of the United States. This biological bomb is just destroying the Earth, and the government has to find an answer to it, so they approach these scientists. They're both geniuses, and they're married, and what they endure is what the story's about, and they have to deal with the effects of this bomb that went off in the United States, and there's this monster running around, and they have to deal with that and find a cure for humanity. So it's really this crazy, epic, fun story. It's kind of a Frankensteinish modern tale. The art is amazing. He's been working non-stop. We got a good lead, so hopefully everything will come out on time. It starts in August. There's a little preview in the Free Comic Book Day on May 7th. So, very excited about it.
Not hopefully, everything will come out on time. Mark's job depends on it.
Yeah, when he's ordering everything else, he makes sure Broken Pieces is done. So, but yeah, look forward to that because it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We'll definitely have more information on it coming up for the next couple months. Moving on, The Scourge, a book that we premiered last summer at Comic-Con in association with Gail and her and Valhalla. This book, totally insane, written by Scott Lobdell, who just takes everything to the nth degree with it. Essentially, gargoyle-type creatures take over Manhattan. The whole city is put on lockdown, and one cop is in the middle of it all, trying to save his son and essentially save the entire city. We've been cranking on this book for the past 6-7 months. Issue 3 came out several weeks back. Issue 4 is at the printer right now and is on the way. I'll be showing you here for the first time some of issue 4 covers. This one right here, Peter just finished a couple nights ago. Eric Battles, the artist, been doing a fantastic job on the book. Who's next? Carl Randolph did a cover for the book. David Finch. And this cover, which we just thought turned out incredible, Will Sportaccio did a cover for us that Peter just finished up. So everybody, the second they see their covers and know what the book's about, they just like have fun going off on the pieces. It's been a blast, as you can see by this picture right here. But 2 issues left, and we'll collect it into a trade this summer, and then it'll be up to Valhalla to get it moving and hopefully move into other media, because should be developing some type of feature or something for it once the comic books finishes up. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So you'll definitely see a lot more Scourge in the future.
It's gotten some fantastic reviews and notice from everybody else. So if you haven't checked it out, we encourage you seriously give it a look. It's a blast, absolute fun ride. Scott Lobdell's kicking up some really good action.
We should probably wait for Minefield because JT's not here yet. But
skip it. We'll just say we talked about it and we won't.
So Minefield's fun. It's about Thought Police. It's basically Jason Bourne meets Dead Zone with them trying to stop terrorists using some type of telepathic.
That's the word. Like telephones. They call each other and they stop crime instead of the desk. It's really boring.
I'll totally butcher it because JT's way better to explain it, but they're experimented on in the government and to develop these telepathic abilities to prevent terrorists and terrorist attacks before they even happen. Sitting on a bus and you see little old guy waiting to go home and pay his rent, another lady's going for home or groceries, and another little guy sitting in the back of the bus ready to blow it up in 3 stops. And they can preempt this and see it in his mind that it's going to take place and stop it before it actually happens. But the worst thing that they're fighting against isn't really the terrorists, it's what's going on within their own subconscious because of all of the drugs and all the different things that is really affecting them. So it's a really character-driven story that JT, once he started working on this, just kept pushing the envelope really far, and it turned out great. There's 5 issues out right now. This is the cover to issue number 6, which is on the way next month. Finishes up the series, and then if we move on to another volume, we hope so, because it turned out really, really well. And we also have some great feedback on this book as well in other media, like for movies or a TV show or something. So we're looking forward to hopefully having more Minefield in the future as well. Issue 5 just came out 2 weeks ago, so this will be the cover you'd be looking for. This is the cover to the trade paperback, which Alex turned in.
I'm really proud of my coloring on this.
Peter used
I worked hard.
a white tone.
Yeah.
It's
It's the precise white that I chose that's the real genius of it. Anybody can just pick a white.
So it's great because Aspen, most of the stuff we do is all developed in-house or developed with a lot of the people that in the industry that we like to work with, that we formed great relationships with over the years. We've never been a licensing company. I don't think we ever will, but the whole thing is just developing properties with the people that we enjoy working with, who are a part of the Aspen family.
Telling good stories with good people, basically.
Yeah, with that said, Mr. David Schwartz, who we've known for quite some time, he came along, wrote an incredible issue of Shrugged, of an Ember story that we did, and then moved on, is writing the Fathom Blue Descent miniseries right now.
Basically, one issue was so good, we had to not only give him one of our series, but then give him one of his own. That's how good David is.
So
he's my idol. Wait, hang on, that'll play into Frank's speech in just 1 second.
This is what's coming up, so I will let David take the mic for a minute and explain. But coming up shortly for you will be Idolized.
Yeah, so
wait, is it going to be better than Broken Pieces?
we're going to come out right after Broken Pieces, so Broken Pieces can have its time.
And then you'll show everyone how it's done.
Exactly.
It'll be the best thing up until then.
Exactly, and then we become the best.
Exactly.
Best Aspen series ever. Thank you. Thanks. So yeah, Idolized. It's a series that is along the same lines as some of the things I've done before. It's a big, epic story, but it's also at the same time a very personal book about the same kinds of emotional struggles that everyone goes through in life. And it really centers on a girl who has become completely overwrought with regrets in her life, things that she just wishes that she had done differently, and one particular major regret that she desperately wants redemption for and revenge. And her redemption and revenge story plays out over the course of a TV contest, which is not American Idol, and this is not connected with Fox in any way, shape, or form. But it is also going to be Aspen's first superhero story, which is kind of exciting and fun to be able to do, and to put a whole different twist on superheroes.
Mark, the superhero dance?
I don't know. That one's your department. But it's kind of like True Grit meets American Idol meets superheroes. And the artwork that we've seen from Micah so far, if you've seen his stuff before on Shrugged and Delic, he's always been amazing, but he's just taking it to a whole nother level now. The book is going to look amazing. Hopefully it's going to be a great, engaging story that's also going to be able to touch its readers on a personal level, and that readers will be able to really connect with. And we're excited to see it roll out.
If you guys are familiar with Meltdown at all from Image Comics, which David did, and it's all about character, and we're excited to see what he has in store for this book, because it should be a great ride. So
That's going to be the best thing since Kara's Magic.
What after? So yeah, look for a lot more on that coming at Comic-Con, and then it'll launch later this year. So Idolized, that in mind. Moving forward with some of the other books that I'm sure you guys are familiar with, Michael Turner's Fathom.
Who's heard of Fathom? I like all you guys who are like not raising your hand and yet are at our Aspen down.
So Blue Descent, miniseries that David's writing right now for us, 4-issue mini that explores a lot of Aspen's parents' situation, what went on with the Black, and everything that brought Aspen into the current day Fathom story and universe. 2 issues left on that. Fathom Volume 4, which starts up in just a couple weeks, written by Scott Liddell, drawn by Alex Konak, colored by Beth Sotelo, who we're really excited about because this is Beth's first time coloring Fathom, right, Beth? She's been doing an awesome job on the book. Her and Alex are honestly, I know it's weird to say because we've been a part of this company so long, but I can't remember since Mike on the book this looking the way it does. I mean, they're just doing an incredible job. For a lot of people that said Fathom kind of lost the magic of, you know, when Mike was doing it, I definitely can understand some of that. We definitely did the best we could with volumes 2 and 3 and, you know, trying to push forward with the story, and so many things came up with scheduling and this and that, but with Fathom Volume 4, we're really trying to put all the right pieces together and get out a property and a book that everyone, once you look at, you're like, whoa.
It's really exciting. I mean, you know, Beth has been coloring Fathom ever since the first volume, when she was helping me out in like 12 and 13 and 14, and Alex is basically... Yeah, when you were like, wait, 14? But Alex has been a fan of Fathom growing up, and he is, you know, more than, you know, it's hard to say more than anyone else since we all are very committed to, you know, doing this book the way that Mike did it. But Alex he's absolutely pumped to just make this, you know, incredible. I mean, this is basically his dream job, and he's really he wants to just knock this out of the park and make it the most awesome thing.
Dude, first time we're showing some pages from the 0 issue. This will be in stores in just a couple weeks, but this is your first look at pages from the 0 by Alex and Beth. Like I said, we're going to be more excited with the way the pages are turning out. Should be a lot of fun. And what's so cool, Scott Liddell on the book, it's funny because even though he was familiar with Fathom, it's not as if he had, you know, 10 years of history with the property. So once he read all of the trades and came in and we've been meeting about the story, he's, you know, bringing in all these different ideas. Some that are great, some that are like, no way, you know. But it's with a whole new fresh set of eyes, so it'll be similar type of Fathom story that you've seen, but yet brought to you by, you know, a whole different creator who's looking to just pump a whole bunch of new life into it.
Yeah, so he brings such a great energy to this. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever, you know, talked to Scott or attended any of his panels or stuff, but he can come up with some crazy stuff, and that's what it is with this book. I mean, basically, he's taken concepts that we all know and are familiar with, kind of turned them on its end, come up with some brand new stuff. It's really, really impressive.
So just a few upcoming covers. This will be for the Long Beach Expo in a couple weeks for issue 0. Cover issue number 1, which you'll be looking for on the stands. Alternate cover by Michael Lopez. Art cover by, this is the Retail and Sound cover by Alex. Cover issue number 2. And an alternate cover by Michael Ryan. Oh, that's on the wrong spot. This is a Lady Mechanica by Kenneth Rutherford. I don't even know if I was supposed to
Yeah.
Oops.
My bad.
Too late.
Soulfire, another book that Michael created that have come out since 2004. This is the cover to the Volume 1 trade paperback, Part 2. We're collecting the definitive edition of that, which will collect all of Volume 1, and then the Volume 2 trade paperback comes out later this summer. Soulfire Volume 3 started up just a couple weeks ago. Jason Fabok, the artist of the book, sitting right here to my left, still written by J.T. Kroll. Once again, the same exact situation as Fathom. We couldn't be more excited with Jason on this book. He is putting so much time and effort into these pages, it's insane. And the book looks better than it ever had. I can't remember the book looking this good, so definitely pick it up if you haven't picked up Soulfire in a while, because he's really, really taking the time and energy to make this book look great.
I'm going to talk about you like I talked about Alex. You want to talk about yourself like that?
Oh, hold on, here's JT.
Wait, everybody get to your feet, please.
So anyway, so far line 3. What am I talking about?
Green arrow.
And the end of brightest day. No.
What do we want through mine though? I totally butchered it, sorry.
Yeah, I think you
I did. Well, we're on Soulfire now. So, Soulfire Volume 1.
3.
Volume 3.
Well done.
Number 1. How's that coming?
Great, awesome. Jason's doing a fantastic job on it. I can't say enough about the energy he's bringing to the book. The thing with Aspen's been great is that they've always done such a good job of just finding and cultivating new talent to have their own distinctive look. And I'll say that Jason's making it feel as close to Volume 1 as the book's ever been. And all the other volumes have been great, but I really love the energy he's bringing to it. And to kind of harken back to Volume 1 and also kind of play up Jason's strengths, we're really bringing a very, what I would call a Turner-esque storyline. Like it's just big, epic, summer fun with a lot of cool designs, a lot of cool creatures, a lot of cool characters, and just kind of a big emphasis on like the action, and very dark too, which is a little bit of a turn for Soulfire, but I'm really excited about it. And
JT and Frank have been crafting this plot for a better part of a year now, and there's been a lot of phone calls and plane rides home that the two of them, like chattering away like chipmunks on crack, just talking about how fun they're going to make this book and how many awesome little things they're going to throw in there. And, like I was saying about Alex, Jason, excuse me, sorry, Pinky. Pinky is so excited about this book. We got blessed with these 2 new volumes from Father Men So Far with guys who love Mike's work and want to bring the books back to that form and to just add their own spice, do it on top of it. Jay has really embraced this Soulfire stuff. Pinky, sorry, I keep screwing up. I can't call him Jay in the show. He made a rule. He said you can't call me Jay. That's what my friends call me. I don't know these people. They're all fans. Can't call me Jay. So yeah, Mr. There we go, Mr. Pinky, baby.
That's good catch. Baby's
Baby face. Look. Anyways.